Good evening, guys. How are you all doing? It is Andrew the Android Koloski here, and I am ready to perform for all of you. So I hope my androids will join and engage with me. Okay, let's share this on social media. So first off and foremost, I'm going to share with you a suspicion with the photograph. So here we go. So I said, they're like, sorry to burst your bubble, Andrew, but your kept secret biological father is Chris Benoit. That's the problem. I proclaimed Chris Benoit as my biological father because we resemble each other. I'm going to share with you Dr. Garrett's replies about Billy Joel, Sid Barrett, and Owen Hart from years ago, changing the name to Chris Benoit. Dr. Garrett said on February 2nd, 2019, that kind of thinking is predicate logic. If two things share a single attribute, look alike, they are equivalent or equal. If you look like someone, you have the same father. That is predicate logic. He said on October 2nd, 2020, we all resemble one or more people in the world, but this doesn't prove a blood tie. He said on March 13th, 2021, I have a strong suspicion that you look at least like 100 or more people other than Chris Benoit, many of whom are not famous. Strange, though not so strange because we know why. You should be so selective to emphasize your similarity to Benoit when many other comparisons are possible. Then he said on January 18th, 2022, because people aren't infinitely unique, everyone looks a bit like other people in the world. I look a bit like some famous people, and I am sure I look a bit like some people who are not wealthy. I probably look a bit like a few people who are in jail if I look hard enough at jailhouse pictures. Why not? But you are selective in your imagination. You only think about the rich, interesting, famous people that you look a bit like. Why don't you assume you're the son of a guy who drives a bus or has some other modest station in life to whom you bear a resemblance? We know the answer to that. So catch it, check it, change it. Chris Benoit. There's no evidence he's my biological father. So somebody asks me, how am I? I'm doing all right, Mr. Vex. How are you? Mr. Vex said he could be better. That's good, Mr. Vex. That's good, Mr. Vex. What is your age, gender, location, and name? What is your age, gender, location, and name? You know, I think I'm high risk for developing skin cancer. And, because I'm outdoors, like I've been outdoors all day, every day for years. How high risk am I for skin cancer? Let's be honest here. How high risk am I for things like melanoma? I think I'm pretty high risk. I know, don't be a hypochondriac. I just made a dermatology appointment and I don't have anything. But I'm afraid of skin cancer, man. I'm afraid of any form of cancer, really. Cancer sucks, man. Cancer sucks. Cancer sucks. Let's eradicate cancer. Should I get a Cold Stone, or maybe I'll call my mom and ask her what treat she has. Let's see what my mom. Let's see what my mom has to eat. Let's see if she has any ice cream. Let's see if my mom has any ice cream. I don't want to get fat though. I mean, I don't want to keep eating these chocolates. A chocolate. Who needs a romantic partner when you got a chocolate? Yeah, so I'm live, so I don't say anything too major. But I went on that disabled dating website, and there's not really that many people on there, but it does seem like messaging is free, so that's a good thing. And also, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there was a few women in Brooklyn, and but it's not like Match.com or even any of these other dating apps where there's tons of people. There's just like maybe one person in Brooklyn. So it's just but this is meaning like there's nobody on these disabled dating apps. My question for you is, do you have any ice cream or anything like that? I could go to Cold Stone. I was gonna I could get a caramel truffle with Reese's Pieces mixed in, but chocolate chip cookie dough. Okay. What can you make me some? Could you make me some a bowl of not too much because I had a ring ding, but just and I don't want to keep eating sweets, but I really want to snack on something. You know what I mean? You make me a bowl of chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. All right, thank you. Not too much though. Don't put too much in it because I don't want to get fat. Bye. Somebody says my mom's a sweetheart. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. How are you doing tonight, Dave? Good to see you. I'll give you the fist bump. Dave, how high risk do you think I am for developing skin cancer? If you had to think, I walk outside a lot. I usually put. I mean, there was a time I wasn't putting on sunscreen. I mean, don't be a hypochondriac because I just had a dermatology appointment, but I don't know. Just get dermatology checks every 6 months, I guess. Dave says moderately low. I hope you're right. I don't think you understand how much time I've spent outdoors in the sunlight, though. But uh, yeah, I guess there's people that go in tanning beds and really fry their skin. But oh, did anybody see the photograph of Joe Biden in the Trump hat? What was he making a joke? Or is he endorsing Trump? That's a really interesting photograph. I'll share it for you for those of you who haven't seen it. Um, it's a real photograph, by the way, or at least that's what I'm being led to believe here. I mean, considering Kamala Harris is his vice president, it's a pretty weird photo. It's a pretty weird photo considering Kamala Harris is his vice president. Um, I think he's making a joke. He's smiling, but it's just a weird photo. You know what I mean? It's pretty weird. Pretty weird, you know? Did anybody watch the presidential debate last night? And if so, what did you think? Who do you think won? I know some people say it was kind of comical. It was kind of funny. I mean, unintentionally maybe, but it was kind of comical, the debate. I didn't actually see it though. And who do you guys want for president? Donald Trump or Kamala Harris? Somebody says Dave says he flipped on the debate for a second. Nobody talked about me. Then he turned out. Fair enough, Dave. Fair enough. Yeah, I guess just wear sunscreen. I don't have any questionable moles. Just put on sunscreen. And how often do most people get outside in the sunlight? How often are most people outside in the sunlight for, on average? For like an hour? Like how often do people walk outside? I guess if you're in New York City, you're walking outside constantly, right? Or if you're a mailman, you're constantly outside. I don't know. Somebody says hobos live outside, but nobody cares if hobos get skin cancer. No offense to the hobos. I'm just kidding. I care if hobos get skin cancer. I want them healthy, and I don't want them dying. You know, it's horrible. It's horrible. Anybody suffering and dying, but yeah, nobody really cries for the hobos. I mean, unfortunately, they should though. They should. I know. I watched the guy. One of the guys. I saw a play about him, and he had a horrible diet. He was eating like Dunkin' Donuts, eating like 50 donuts, and his play was like The Last Dance of Homeless Joe. And I'm like, people should empathize more with the unseen, the homeless, and that kind of stuff, because they deserve good health and good food, and not to be burned by the sun, and not to be breathing like asbestos and urine. They deserve the best too. I don't know. Somebody says I should take a hobo with me to the next time I go to the dermatologist. Somebody says I don't hate low functioning people. In fact, I actually think hobos should have the same amount of money as me. I'm dead serious. I'm kind of a little bit of a communist. I think everybody should be equal, but I do want to perform, get a job in performance or acting in comedy, and I want to have fun and be in movies. And I don't care if hobos have as much money as me, though. You know what I mean? So, I mean, do I think the hobo could perform as well as me on camera? Probably not, man. Probably not. But I don't necessarily care if there's a role for a hobo in the movie. You know what I mean? No, I think the hobo should have as much money as me. Really, I don't know. Maybe I'm like a socialist or a communist. I don't know. Maybe I'm not a communist. I say tax the extremely wealthy, man. Mud says he's the sadistic dentist. We all deserve a piece of Elon Musk's pie, man. We all deserve Elon Musk's money and Jeff Bezos. Stop making a clock in a tower, in a cave, and give us a slice of your money, man. We deserve 7 mozzarella sticks and some ice cream. We give hobos a home in Tribeca and a second home in California. That's what I say. But they gotta abstain from drugs. They gotta be off crack and heroin. We don't want heroin addicts in Tribeca. All right, thank you very much. Do you want to say hi to people?
Yeah.
Are you upset? Yeah. What type of ice cream is this? Is this diet?
Yeah.
Friendly's chocolate chip cookie dough. All right. My mom was there. Here we go. Yeah, what's the point? Diet ice cream is like decaffeinated coffee. Why bother? I want my ice cream chock full of sugar, man. Somebody says thoughts on my thoughts on mint chocolate chip ice cream. It's all right. I prefer chocolate. I mean, some people can have the caffeine. I know my mother, she likes to taste the coffee. But if she has caffeine, it literally could give her a heart attack. So that's the reason she has decaffeinated. But, if, I don't know. But I know what you mean. I prefer caffeinated coffee. I say there's really no point to drinking coffee unless it's caffeinated. That's how I feel. OMG caffeine, yes, Dave. She's really, she knows if she has even just a little bit of caffeine because she could feel it affect her heart. Mud Duck says he wishes his mother would bring him some ice cream. Yeah, man. No, it's store bought. The cookie dough is already in it. It's chocolate chip cookie dough. It's Friendly's. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't just walk in the house like a sitcom character. I usually have to call my mother and ask her if I could come over. It'd be cool if I was like Kramer and just walk in the house and grab snacks, but that's not so. I usually have to call my mom before I come over. Somebody says I kind of have the Kramer hair. Yeah, I like Seinfeld. I've seen every episode. I've seen every episode of Seinfeld. I like that sitcom. In 2011, in 2012, after my hospitalizations, I was just lying on the couch watching sitcoms. I saw like tons of Family Guy. I saw tons of Two and a Half Men. I like the Charlie Sheen episodes, not the Walden Schmidt, Ashton Kutcher episodes. And I saw every episode of Seinfeld. So that's a fun fact. Let it grow and be Kramer for Halloween. I'm sure enough people will recognize that character. Yeah, maybe I will. Somebody asked me, could I legally purchase a weapon? I don't think I would pass the psychiatric evaluation. I don't think I could legally purchase a weapon. I don't know. I've never tried, but I think the psychiatric hospital admissions and having schizoaffective disorder, they would not sell a gun to me. I think we technically actually have a gun in the house, but my mother and stepfather are responsible gun owners. I have no clue where it is. It's probably in a safe, or who knows. They hide the knives from me. They hide all the bad stuff from me, so I don't even know where it is. They say they got it for security and self-defense to ward off criminals and crime, just in case. However, I wonder if they got it for protection against me. That's just a theory. I don't think so, though. I think they really did get it for protection and self-defense, and I don't know. Not to say I'm violent in any way, because I'm not. But who is the criminal they got it to protect themselves against? That's I don't know. Probably the crazy neighbors. Yeah, they hide the knives from me. I don't know where the knives are. Not to say I'm gonna do anything with knives and weapons. I should say my mother chill out. I'm not gonna do anything with knives and anything like that. But she hides the steak knives from me. No, I wouldn't do anything. I'm not even violent. She's just a little bit too cautious. You know what I mean? I think the reason is because I got physical with my mother in 2011. I think that's the reason. She doesn't want me to like get delusional and reach for a weapon. I mean, it was a one isolated incident. It didn't happen before. It didn't happen since. And afterwards, she just started hiding the knives from me, and she got pretty fanatical. And I understand why, but it's like, come on, relax. It's, I don't know, 13 years ago. Oh, I didn't have a knife. I just kind of like tackled my mother a little bit. I mean, back in 2011. Not to say that's good. It's obviously very bad. I could have gone to jail for assault. She didn't press charges and everything was dropped, but and in my defense, and this is not really making an excuse for it. I thought that she was covering up abuse and a pedophile ring, and I thought my grandfather sexually abused me and my mother was condoning it, and this is where my mind was. So I was thinking of my mother as a persecutor, and I was scanning photographs of my grandfather, and she tried taking the picture frame for me, and I was in like a delusional state. And when they brought me to the hospital, they said, this kid is fucking delusional. This kid doesn't even know what the fuck he's doing. He's talking about how his mother, he's thinking there's gonna be like a fucking Supreme Court case and his mother's going to jail for covering up a pedophile ring. It's just like, he's not in his right fucking mind. So in my defense, I wasn't in my right mind, for what it's worth. Yeah, I didn't have the Dr. Garrett tools to realize I was projecting my frustrations onto my mother, and No, it hasn't. That's probably the worst thing that took place, and it's been I've been better. That's probably the high point or the low point. I guess the low point it would when it comes to my mental illness, and it hasn't been as bad as that since or before, really. Be right back. I'm just gonna. No, I don't think it will ever get that bad again. I mean, I have the tools Dr. Garrett gave me. I have the catch it, check it, change it. I mean, I was pretty fucking sick back then. So I think I've come a long way in my mental health recovery. And I don't think that I will ever get to that point again. However, as we all know, that's not good, you know. They say better back pedal, buddy. Yeah, I got the better back pedal, buddy skills. I got the debunk it, dismiss it, derail it, deny. I mean, I've come a long way. You know. I've come a long way. I you know, I mean, so let's change the topic though. Anybody got any interesting topics we could go on? Yeah, I was kind of I mean, obviously I was sick back then, you know. I mean, for what it's worth. So he says the Haitian immigrants are eating people's cats now. Did you discuss that? No. That's probably the reason my mother doesn't want me drinking too. Um, you know, because obviously alcohol can cause psychosis. And that's the reason I was heavily medicated too for so many years. I need to realize, you know, what would be worse, going to jail? How long did you get in jail for tackling your mother? How long would you get in jail for tackling your mother? I don't really know, but you know what? I'm assuming being on a mega regimen of psychiatric medications for 10 years, though it sucked, it's better than jail, you know? So they ask, obviously, what was worse, being on tons of pills? Oh no, I would win the insanity plea. I would definitely. I would pass the. I would not only would I plea insanity, I would pass the insanity plea with flying colors. What would that get you? Not only would I plea insanity, I would pass. I would just like win that insanity plea with flying colors because I was definitely without a doubt, batshit crazy. And I was just in and out of the hospital that year, all year long. So it's not even like an excuse. I mean, it's just like literally, well, I was literally insane. Somebody says you would get hard time in the ward. That's pretty bad too, though. However, I guess it's better than jail. This is basically what happened was, I had to go to this court a few times, and nobody was pressing charges, and there wasn't enough evidence, and my mother wasn't pressing charges, and basically it all got dropped, and I have no criminal record, and that's what happened. And now it's sealed, so I basically nobody pressed any charges. But I had to take a mega regimen of psychiatric medications for like 10 years. I was like forced into doing that. So it's like, what's worse, hard time in the ward, or taking tons of medications for 10 years? Hey, how you doing? I'm live on the internet.
All right, I don't say anything.
Okay, you want to say hi to the androids?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just come in here. Come in here. Just say hey to everybody. So my father's here.
Peace.
To watch me take the medications. Poppy, give Dave a fist bump. Okay, so okay, I'll take the Abilify. We can take it over a Signal in the future. I know Mom wants you coming down for some reason, but I basically show you beyond shadow of a doubt.
That's not the point. The point is make sure you're okay. Make sure you're doing okay. That's the point.
I show you beyond a shadow of a doubt that I'm taking his pill. So
and I never questioned. I never questioned you.
Okay.
So you don't have to say that.
So I took that Abilify. You're gonna talk. Oh look, Poppy's back there. People are saying, "Yo, Poppy." That's you.
Oh, where's the microphone speaker?
Right here.
Or not the speaker, but the camera.
Right here.
Oh, because I was gonna. Hey, how you doing?
That's Poppy.
All right, have a good evening, you guys.
All right.
Take care of Andy when I'm not here. All right, please. Thank you.
All right. Adios, amigos and amigas. Okay, get home safely.
I always do.
Okay, fist bump.
All right. Okay, be good.
Okay, peace out. Get home safely. Okay. He stopped in, watched me take a medication. Now he's out. That was pretty cryptic. Watch over Andy when I'm not here. I know he's getting older, but what's up, the androids? Not much, Pete. Not much is up. Has my father had a girlfriend since splitting with my mother? Yes. Yes, he has. He's had a few. Somebody asks, were they hot? I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I guess I don't know. Like hotter than my mom or exotic. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not. I mean, I'm not into women that are in their. I'm just gonna say I'm not into women that are in their 60s or 70s. That's just what I'm gonna say here. No comment here. I'm not gonna comment on my dad's girlfriends. Oh, you want to see a picture of my mother with my father? I'll show you them when they're younger. Let's see if I can find it. This is my mother and father when they were dating. This is them. That's Mama and Poppy. Let's see if I can get another one. This is Mama and Poppy too. I guess I do kind of look like my dad. There's his old pictures scare me. Who do you think I look more like? Well, it doesn't even matter. Poppy or Robert Kowalski is my father. That's what I have to accept. So says, what does the mailman look like? The mailman can't be my father. He's not rich, famous, or interesting. My biological father has to be some celebrity or some really interesting or fascinating or famous person. It can't be the mailman or some bus driver or somebody in jail. It has to be some celebrity, man. Don't you know that? Don't be stupid. So this is, what if Tom Cruise is my father? Probably Tom Cruise. Yeah, man. Life is a game of chess. With every move I digress. I want to be the CEO. I want to be the star of the show. I want to be the chess master. So basically, everything is as it appears to be. And that's okay. That's okay. We got 10 androids in the house. That's a pretty big number, man. That's a pretty big number. 10 is a pretty big number. Now we're down to 7 androids. That's too bad. So do I have a half sister? Did my I don't know, just enough. All right, guys. I think I'm going to get going here unless you have some questions for me. Start firing away some questions. Otherwise, I'm going to get going here. Somebody asks, what's my favorite kind of bread? That's a good question. I guess potato bread is pretty good. I like Italian bread, too. Potato bread is very New York, New Jersey answer. Who is the best manufacturer of potato bread, in my opinion? That's a good question. I don't really have an answer for that. Is Stonyfield the brand? Stonyfield bread? Does Stonyfield make bread? If it's... I guess Pepperidge Farm potato bread. Pepperidge Farm potato bread. All right, guys, I think I'm going to get going here. Adios, amigos and amigas. Peace out.